Well, this little guy has been working like a charm. I can't tell you how much I love this. I can't tell you how much I'm glad I built it. I've lent it out to a friend, a couple friends actually. The one just went, I mean, he turned a bunch of the town's free fill full of roots and trash and, you know, branches and all kinds of stuff that the town will bring you in dump trucks and leave at your house. I mean, stones and things like this. This was over at his house, but he spent the weekend pouring it through this thing and made, I don't know, nearly 100 yards of beautiful fill with the pre-filter, and then beautiful topsoil where he wanted it with the second stage filter and stuff on it. He actually had to lay it down, so this is how I meant to have it used. He had to lay it down, you know, like this, because he wasn't able to reach as high with his little John Deere tractor to pour up and over the top of it. Anyway, but it worked, you know, great. I've got to add a few. Every other course here is missing on the belt. I have the hardware to add those just to limit how much of like this crap you get. And I bought one of these fellas to just sort of trap these. The first thing I had to do was drop this trying to move it with the machine, and those fell open. And I don't know if you can see it here, but it got kinked. It's not at the end of the world. I just like to have a little something to hold those shut. And the last thing is moving it around. You can move it, you can make adjustments with two guys, which is why I have the handholds and stuff here. And if you really had to move it across the yard, you could that way. The problem isn't really the weight, and the center of gravity is pretty good there. It's just that you don't get a lot of clearance with your feet. You're taking little baby steps, which I could cut out more. However, you lose containment on the dirt that you're making and stuff too. So there, you know, pros and cons here. I'd like it not to sit on the ground as much, and I may use some of that liquid flashing to seal the edges of it. I'm going to put it indoors, or at least up on blocks, and cover it for the winter time. But again, back to the problem of moving it. What you really want to do is just come in with the bucket against it, with both the bottom edge and the top edge of the bucket on this plane that these you know, sticks or whatever you want to call them make, and then pick up and drive away with it. Now, I don't want to have to do that up here where the bucket's in my face and I can't see where I'm going, and I don't want to do it so low that I've got a weird, you know, low center or a high center of gravity with it as a problem. So I picked a spot in the middle, and then, you know, like I did here, I went around this wood with U-bolts to hold this stuff on, because every penetration that you'd make into the lumber is a way for water to get in there, sit and rot, and also weakens it, obviously. And as you're dropping stones and things on these, I'm asking kind of a lot of those 2x4s. I wasn't sure if they would take it, and I can always double or triple them up by adding to the sides of them down the road if they should crack or whatever. Anyway, the point is I want to put something underneath here to quick and easy kind of pick up with the bucket and move this thing around using the machine for big moves, and putting it up on trailers, taking it down, and something that just kind of anybody who's using it with a bucket can interact with to some level of success. So I thought, you know, the best thing to do would be to use this a big piece of angle iron that's relatively thin wall. I think this is quarter. It might be 3/16. But it's a 4-inch leg on it. It's a 48-inch piece, so I'll hit 1, 2, 3, all three of the studs, basically, whatever you want to call those, in the middle. And I'm going to U-bolt it on as well. So I did some math, I did some measuring, I center punched these, and I just wanted to come and check this out. I got cobalt drill bits that I use for drilling steel. This is such a rad, these Drill America, I guess it doesn't say carrying case on it. It doesn't say that they're cobalt steel, but they are cobalt steel. And it's, you know, a nice, I think it's by 64ths, at least by 32nds of an inch, from half down to 16th. Super affordable for what it is, and jeez Louise, it's a great kind of weather-tight case. If I had to use it out in the field, it's got a gasket between the top and I obviously can't run it without two hands. So anyway, but it makes nice, quick work of drilling heavy steel with some coolant and stuff. So we'll come back after this has been probably mounted up on there. I wanted to just add this pair of videos just to kind of address that issue with it, and it'll be ongoing. There may be things I do here or there, but all right, thanks for watching. We'll see you.